Hey, welcome back to Lens Pro. I'm going to show you how in this video to make big curly hair. I'm going to show you with a curling bar. This one is super hot. It's a professional curling iron. I don't use it on my own hair every day because it's very hot and I would have burned up hair pretty quick. But you can go out and get a really inexpensive curling iron that has the no clip on the curling iron. If you want me to do a video with the curling iron with the clip on it, or you know, the little part that you open up and roll from the bottom up, I can do that too. Just let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to do that. So this is what I'm going to do with this one, and it's a very small barrel. So just let me know if you like it, and here we go. These are some of the tools that you're going to need to do this type of curling, or most hairstyles. A brush. I'm going to use a flat brush. My hair's really long, past the middle of my back in most places. Comb, and lots of clips to section it off and make it easier for you to do it. First, I'm going to start off by taking out all of my bobby pins and pulling my bun down and just shaking it out to try to find all the bobby pins, getting the knot out of my hair and pulling it down and releasing all of my natural curls, and starting from the bottom, working my way up and brushing all the tangles out. Sectioning, you want to start from the top of your ear with a horizontal section all the way across, and then you're going to pull that hair into a section and clip it out of the way. And then you're going to divide that section at the top of your cheekbones all the way across in horizontal section, pin that up, and section it out of your way as well. Then you're going to start with your smaller subsections, where you pull this vertically in half, and then go section to section to section all the way across the back of your head. The smaller the sections, the bigger the curls that you're going to get. And by curl, I mean wave pattern. Taking down your next section, you work your way across the back of the head. Make sure you comb each section out so it's smooth, so you don't burn any of the tangles as you curl the hair. It's a little challenging to work with these irons at first. I've burned my fingers lots of times in the salon when I'm working really quick, and at home when I'm in a hurry. So take your time when you first start out with working with these irons. They're really fun, and the bigger up the head you get, you can use bigger sections. The key on leaving it in your hair is, if you can touch it, leave it in longer. If the hair's too hot to touch, you can take it out. That usually is my thing. If for all my OCD girls out there and guys, I have OCD and I count. Big, fat, thick sections with coarse hair, 30 seconds max. That's how I do it. So you're going to take your next section in the same manner, that same kind of half moon horizontal section of hair, and you just get it all manageable and untangle it. The different way you hold the iron, in the different way you wrap the hair on the iron, makes the curls look different. In this video, I'm wrapping the hair away from the face and towards the face, creating multi movement in the hair. If you want that S pattern, you wrap all in the same direction. You can also get different variations of curl by holding the iron horizontal to your head or vertical to your head. It's a lot of fun. Just play around and find what is cool for your hair or what you like. I like to curl everything back so I can flip-flop and I won't have a big poof of hair on one side and like a not so much hair on this side. And that's the mistake some people make, is going with their part. And when you're curling your hair like this and you're going to have tons and tons of curls, it's a good idea to just do everything back. I'm going to take these sections right here and actually curl them down this way so I don't have any lines right here. On this tiny side of each of this section, I'm going to take small sections and give it volume right here underneath. And by doing that, I'm holding this parallel to the head, right there, horizontal to the parting. It gives it a nice little shelf, and that makes you have volume, whereas the vertical placement gives you a spiral curl. This is going to give you some good volume to lock in this top section of spiral curls. Again, working all the way across the top section in vertical sections, trying not to burn yourself, getting the curls out of the way, kind of pinning them back for extra volume, all the way to the front of the hairline. For this video, I did really tiny sections to show you exactly how it's done. You can do your entire head like this in like 6 sections if you want, just depending on how fast you want to get ready, or how quick you want the curls to get done, how small you want the curls, how big you want the curls, how much volume you want to have. I'm just doing it really small so you can actually get ready with me or watch how it's done. This is the most important part of curling your hair. Not touching it and letting it cool down. You can take a cool blow dryer, you can walk around the house, you can do whatever you're doing. Let it cool, don't touch it. It's so pretty. You want to pull on it and run your hands through it, but don't touch it. You can pin up every single curl. I'm just pinning it up for it to cool just enough to kind of, if you can see, have some volume through here. It will last. You just need a very hot curling iron and do it very quickly and then let it cool. And then you can actually run your fingers through it. You can reshape the curls, and I'm going to kind of show you that next. I'm just taking all my hands and my fingers and running them all over my scalp, kind of like how you do when you're shampooing your hair. You just run all the way through the scalp and kind of the mid shaft of the hair. It's easier to do this when your head's flipped over, and then just turn it back around and kind of piece the curls back into place. Don't really pull on the ends too much. So this is what it looks like when it's all, you just take it at the roots and rough up and separate the curls, and you more or less just leave the ends kind of intact. So then you have, this is the type of curls you would have curling it with the curling rod in small sections. So you have kind of a bouncy spiral pattern. And see, it's parted, but it doesn't have that flat, you can't really see, you know, all the way my scalp. And if I wanted to, I could take a comb and actually go in a little bit and tease to make the sections on the top have a little bit more body. And I can get further into teasing. I can do a whole video on teasing. Or back combing is the actual name for what I'm doing to my hair. You're literally combing it backwards. That's what you're doing. And when you have the texture and curl in your hair, you don't have to do a lot of smoothing out and brushing all the tease out or the back combing, because you can't really tell on the frizz. So that's how that looks. Now I'm going to brush it out and show you what kind of look you can get with that. So I completely brushed my hair out, and now I'm pinning it up and taking medium-sized chunks of hair and just pulling it out straight, wrapping it around my finger to give it a wave pattern. Basically, you're wanting to create that soft kind of Hollywood curl, and you can do that from the bigger sections in your hand, and it'll stay all day because you curled it and let it cool in those smaller curls. And I'm just basically kind of twisting it out and then fluffing it back up, you know, in little sections. And I'm doing this all over my whole head. And you can take big, huge sections and kind of like use your hand to create a wave into it with a brush. But I'm just twisting and kind of popping the curls back out. And it's really easy. This is kind of what I would do on like the second day of wearing it. I would brush the curls out, but I wanted to go ahead and show y'all how to do it, you know, right after I did it. And it does stay. It's just great how setting it with a curling iron like we did earlier is just so great to not have to do your hair every single day. Towards the top, you'll take bigger sections of hair because you want to have more volume. And if you notice, I'm really not twisting towards the ends of the hair because it already has that kind of curl there. And you want to work where the curl kind of starts so you're getting that wave. So you kind of find where the curling iron did that first bend and then start twisting all the way down to kind of where a little almost to the end, and then kind of fluff it out all the way towards the end. And if it gets tangly, definitely just kind of comb it out. Don't be afraid it's going to make the curl not be curly, because again, it was set really hot and then cooled, and that's the trick to making the hair stay curly and last. When I'm doing this look to myself or to a client in a salon, it literally takes me maybe 15 or 20 minutes because I'm not doing all this talking. I take bigger, fatter sections, and so don't be discouraged if this is taking forever for me to show you how to do, because I had to stop and do it real slow and I'm talking, and so this is actually a really quick, fun thing to do. And then I actually stopped and showed y'all 2 different looks. And so hang in with me on this video, and thanks for watching, and I hope y'all learned something, and I had a lot of fun doing this. Now that I have all the curls separated back out into bigger curls, that's how you do that. So it's a lot of information in one video, but I have a lot of hair and I wanted to get this done and put out there. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you learned something, and I hope it makes it a lot easier and less scary for you to attempt to work with the curling bar, curling rod, whatever you want to call it. So thanks for watching, and remember, I've been doing this for a little while, and I've actually been using the curling iron as a curling bar for a long time, probably about 6 years. So before they were selling them in the store that way, I actually tore my curling iron apart and used it that way. A friend of mine at work will remember me doing that because I ordered one from Europe, and I was young and I didn't realize that the plugs are different over there. So I've never traveled abroad, so I didn't know that, and I was irritated because how was I to know that the plugs were different? And so I looked at the mechanics of the way that it was, and I figured out that all you had to do was pull the unscrew the clippy part. So if you have a curling iron already that you really like and you want to try out this technique, just unscrew it, pull your curling iron apart. So think outside the box, and I'm glad you watched, and I hope you like it. And if you like my videos, please like and definitely subscribe, and in the comments below, please let me know if you want more of these types of videos, or if there's something else you'd like to learn. So thanks. And also you can follow me on with my work in hair on Facebook at Exclusively Lindsay Howell, and just my daily goings on on Instagram at Lost Without Paint. And that's one word of a bunch of words, Lost Without Paint. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing y'all in my next video.